very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. First, we welcome back Becky and Kay. This is your second time on the show. You were on last time. Everyone gets 2 shots to reach the Pointless final, and this is your second shot. Remind us what happened last time.
We went out in the first round, which was a bit gutting. It was football.
So what categories are you hoping going to come up today?
Oh, anything kind of TV, film, kind of Life and Times of Bill Murray, that kind of thing.
You got a bit of a Bill Murray fixation, haven't you, Kay?
Yeah.
Yeah, after the last show, I was asked to sign a photograph of Bill Murray. OK, well, good luck this afternoon. Let's hope Bill Murray and all those other categories come up. Next, we welcome back Charles and Peter. You were also on the show last time. Charles, what do you do in your spare time?
Amdram.
Really?
Yes, I've just appeared as a dame in Jack and the Beanstalk.
I would have given excellent money to have seen that.
Yes, a lot of people do. And we thought we were up for an Oscar for appearing in the King's Speech.
You did?
Yes. My face is blurred, but it's me.
That's fantastic.
And then there's Charlie. Even more blurred. Yes. It's still me.
Well, very best of luck to the pair of you.
Thank you.
And next we welcome Rick and Ellie. Now, how do you two know each other?
We're married, husband and wife. Known each other 25 years and been married 22. And I met him at a pub.
Where are you from, Rick?
Well, we now live in Glasgow. We've been living up that way for the last 7 years.
Well, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. And finally, Mark and Martin, welcome to the show. How do you two know each other?
Well, we're both uniform response police officers. We work in a village just outside Swansea in South Wales.
Please tell me you sit in a car together and ask each other pointless questions.
For the last couple of weeks we have, yeah.
Very best of luck to you, Mark and Martin. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one more person for me to introduce. He is the Sherpa who guides us to the peak of obscurity. I love these lines. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, yeah? The Sherpa. I mean, I'm guessing you carry everything on your forehead. I think that's what Sherpas do, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I think they do. I think they have a strap that comes over their forehead. The big thing there they carry like that. I think like that. Isn't that right?
Shall we get on? We've got 2 returning pairs today. We've got Becky and Kay, who were very unlucky last time, I thought. Football came up in round 1, and sometimes subjects come up that absolutely trip you up, and they did rather well, but still got knocked out. And Charles and Peter, as well. I knew I recognised you. I loved you in that film. And 2 very strong new pairs as well. I think it's going to be an awesome show.
Very good indeed. Now, we've put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, obviously, so we are after the obscure answers that those 100 people didn't get. The fewer people who got the answer, the fewer points awarded, the better your chance of winning. But what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, nobody's won the jackpot yet this series, so we add another £1,000 to last time, so today's jackpot starts off at £9,500. Wow! Right, let's play Pointless. Right, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. OK, our first category this afternoon is mythology. Mythology. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Greek and Roman deities as they could. Richard.
Yeah, very, very simple. All the correct answers in this round are simply gods or goddesses from Greek or Roman mythology. So very, very best of luck.
OK. Now, Becky and Kay, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. Is that a good position to be in, Kay?
No, we really didn't want to go first again.
Well, in this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. Now, the first set of 7 answers looks like this. Aphrodite, Proximo, Aristides, Vulcan, Apollo, Cronus and Poseidon. Aphrodite, Proximo, Aristides, Vulcan, Apollo, Cronus and Poseidon. Now, I can tell you at least one of those answers is pointless, but there was also at least one incorrect answer on that board. Pick an incorrect one, and you will, of course, score the maximum of 100 points. So, Kay, there's your list. How good is your mythology? Your classical
Mine's
mythology.
pretty bad, whereas Becky studied classics for A-level, so I'm hoping she can kind of redeem us on our second go. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Not feeling pressure at all.
crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I think I'll go for Aphrodite.
Aphrodite. There's Aphrodite right at the top. OK, well, let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Aphrodite. Well, it's right. Not bad, Kay. 21. Not a bad score at all for Aphrodite. Richard.
Yeah, very safe start, but well done. The Greek goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite.
Very good indeed. Thanks, Richard. So, Charles.
Yes, sir.
Mythology. Classical mythology.
I shall play safe
OK.
and go for Poseidon.
You're going to go for Poseidon. OK, let's see if it's a correct answer. If it is, let's see how many people said Poseidon. Down it goes. Very good answer, Charles. Poseidon scoring you 15. Richard.
Yeah, and absolutely right. He's the Greek god of the sea, Poseidon, and the star of the Poseidon Adventure.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Ellie.
Hiya.
Ellie, hello. Now, there is at least one pointless answer on that board. OK, remember, we are looking for Greek and Roman deities.
I think there's one on there I know, but I think it's going to be the top answer.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. And I think I'm going to go with Cronus.
Cronus. Let's see if Cronus is the correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said Cronus. It's right. Ellie, I think this might go all the way down. Very, very well done. What a brilliant answer. Cronus scores you 1 point. Richard, Cronus.
Very well played, Ellie. What a nice way to start. Yeah, Cronus is a Greek god concerned with agriculture, Kronos.
Good. Now, Martin, is this a good subject for you?
Not at all. However, Proximo, that rings a bell in some sort of gladiator movie to me. So I'm going to take a calculated guess on Vulcan.
Very good. Very good indeed. Let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Vulcan. Well done, Martin. Extremely well done, Martin. Vulcan is a pointless answer. Scores you nothing, and it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to 9,750. Very well done. Vulcan, Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Martin. He's the Roman god of fire and the forge. Let's fill in the board. Apollo, obviously a Greek god, would have scored you 24 points. Martin very cleverly sidestepped Proximo as well. Absolutely right. It's Oliver Reed's character in Gladiator. Proximo, so it was an incorrect answer. Now, Aristides is actually Alex Reed. It's his middle name. Who says we don't do highbrow on this show? So that was an incorrect answer.
Anyway, there we are. Let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. It's been a fabulous low-scoring round. 21 from Kay. Who'd have thought that was going to be the high score? Charles and Peter not terribly far behind on 15. And then Ellie, fantastic answer. Fantastic answer with Cronus there. So, Rick, keep that up. You should be safely into the next round. And Martin, A fabulous piece of reasoning, and your reward there, no points at all. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put another 7 answers on the board. We are looking for Greek and Roman deities, and we have got Hermes, Roussos, Zeus, Persephone, Mars, Hades, Vesta. I'll just read those one more time. Hermes, Roussos, Zeus, Persephone, Mars, Hades, and Vesta. Again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and there is also at least one incorrect answer amongst them. So again, try and avoid those. So Mark, Martin scored a pointless answer there.
He's started us off well, but he's put me under a bit of pressure now to try and keep up the the good work. A couple of them I think I know, possibly. So I'm going to try and play safe and go with Hades.
You're going to go with Hades. There it is, one up from the bottom. Do you know who Hades might be?
Believe it's something to do with the underworld, death. Possibly.
Very good. OK, well, if you can score 20 or less with Hades, you are definitely through to the next round. There's your red line. Below that, you are home and dry. Let's see if Hades is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Well, it's right. Very well done, Mark. 14. Scores you 14, gives you a total of 14, sees you comfortably through to the next round. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Mark, the Greek god of the underworld. See, that's the problem. South Wales police know he's the god of the underworld, but they can't arrest him.
Rick, you are currently on 1. If you can score 19 or less with this answer, you are definitely through to the next round. What are you thinking about that board, Rick?
OK, not one of my favourite categories, I must admit. But I think, after sort of studying it a little longer, I think I'm going to go with Vesta.
You're going to go with Vesta. There is your red line. You come below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see. How many people said Vesta? Very well done, Rick. Down it goes. You're through to the next round. Fabulous low score there, Rick. You've equalled Ellie's low score. You've scored 1. That takes your total to 2. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Rick. She's the Roman goddess of the hearth. And in the Temple of Vesta in Rome, there was a perpetually burning fire, which was attended by the Vestal Virgins.
Brilliant.
It's just a fact. It's not.
No, it's good.
It's not a joke. It's just a fact.
That's good. It's good. OK. Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Peter.
Oh, yes.
Peter, you have your work cut out here. The high scorers remain Becky and Kay on 21. If you can score 5 or less with this, Peter, then you are through to the next round. OK, remember, we are looking for Greek and Roman deities.
Well, at the risk of being beaten up by my brother in the car park,
and that
I'm
happens,
going to
he'll do that
hazard
at the
a
drop of a
guess
hat.
at Hermes.
OK, you're going to go for Hermes. There's your red lines, quite low. But Hermes might get you below there. It's right. Down it comes. Becky and Kay watching very carefully. 13, that scores you, takes your total up to 28. That's a very good score. It's thrown a lifeline to Becky and Kay, though. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Peter. Good score, good answer. Hermes is commonly known as the messenger of the gods.
OK, remember, we are looking for Greek and Roman deities. So, Becky, you're on 21. Peter and Charles are the high scorers on 28. All these scores are fantastic, by the way. If you can score 6 or less with this answer, you are going to be through to the next round.
Well, I know all bar one, and the one I don't know is Roussos, so I'm going to say that that's the false one, and I'm going to say Persephone because she's definitely less known than Zeus and Mars.
You have to score 6 or less, remember. There is your red line. Below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see what it is. Persephone. Where's right? Very, very well done. That's a pointless answer. It scores you nothing. It leaves your total at 21, and it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking us up to 5 figures to £10,000. Very, very, very well done. It also sees you through to the next round. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Becky. Persephone is, in Greek myth, is the queen of the underworld. Let's take a look through the rest of the board. Becky took us through it perfectly, really. Zeus, we know, is the father of the gods. He would have scored you 68 points. Mars is the Roman god of war. Would have scored you 32. And Roussos is the incorrect answer. Of course, Demis Roussos was a Greek singer.
Greek.
A famous Greek, yeah.
A god to some.
A god to some. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score. This is devastating news for all of us. Peter and Charles.
Shot down in flames.
Shot down in flames. What would you have liked to have come up?
The history of Peter and Charles Butterworth would have been all right.
That's round 3. That's annoying.
That's in the head-to-head. Anyway, you've been fantastic contestants. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, quite obviously, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, the category for round 2 is Film Awards. Film Awards. Becky and Kay grinning. Now, can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so the question concerns Razzie Award winners. In this round, we're about to show you a list of films. We asked 100 people to tell us who won the Razzie Award for Worst Actor or Actress for their performance in those films. Wow. Richard.
Yeah, the Golden Raspberries, or Razzies, they're sort of the anti-Oscars. So every year they honour, there's another one for you, the worst films of the year, the worst actors, the worst actresses, and so on. We're going to give you 6 films in each pass. You've got to tell us which actor or actress won the Razzie for that film. Obviously, the more obscure the answer, the fewer points you'll score. If you give us an incorrect answer, you'll score 100 points. And see if you can get all 6 at home.
Wow. So, we are looking for whoever won the Razzie Award for Worst Actor or Actress for their performance in these films. Now, here is our list. Reads like this. Rambo 3, 1989. Battlefield Earth, 2001. Basic Instinct 2, 2007. Big Daddy, 2000. Showgirls, 1996. And Catwoman, 2005. I'll read those again. Rambo 3, Battlefield Earth, Basic Instinct 2, Big Daddy, Showgirls, Catwoman. So then, Becky.
I do know all those films.
So you might be able to select a likely winner.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
I think it might be a bit of a risk, but I'm going to do it anyway, so sorry. I'm going to say Battlefield Earth and John Travolta.
Very good indeed. OK, well, let's see if that is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Battlefield Earth, John Travolta. Faultless piece of reasoning there, Becky. Down it goes to 6. What a fabulous score. Very well done, Becky. Richard, Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, very good answer. Battlefield Earth also won the Worst Picture Golden Raspberry as well. It then won Worst Film of the Decade in the Golden Raspberries and has recently won the Worst Film in the history of the Golden Raspberries. Battlefield Earth. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what more recommendation you need.
Thank you very much, Richard. So, then Ellie.
I recognise a couple of the films and probably would be able to think about who the actors were in it. So I'm going to hope that the 100 people you asked were really young and that Rambo 3 might not have been on their first list and go with Sylvester Stallone.
Let's see how many people said Rambo 3, Sylvester Stallone, and if it is a correct answer. It's right. 41. Surprisingly high score there, Ellie, but it was right. That's all that really matters. Richard?
Yeah, a pretty big score, but better than getting 100 points. Sylvester Stallone is the most nominated actor in Razzie history. He's been nominated 30 times. Yeah, and he's won 10 times.
Wow.
So you're a very proud man.
OK, thank you very much, Ellie. Very well done. Now, Mark, have you seen any of the remaining films?
I've seen Big Daddy. Surprised it won a Razzie, because I quite enjoyed it. I don't know how sad that makes me, but... Catwoman, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen Basic Instinct 2. So I think I'm going to have to plump with Big Daddy and Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler for Big Daddy. Let's see if that's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Well, still going down. 11. Good answer, Mark. Adam Sandler, Big Daddy, scores you 11 points. Richard?
Yeah, well played, Mark. You won the Razzie in 2000. Let's take a look at the other answers here. Basic Instinct 2 was, of course, Sharon Stone. That scored you 28 points. Catwoman from 2005 was Halle Berry. And Showgirls is Elizabeth Barkley and would have scored you 3 points. So very well done if you got all of those at home.
OK, thanks very much. Let's take a look at the scores, because we're halfway through the round. Becky and Kay, what a fabulous low score there. 6 points for Battlefield Earth. Then Mark and Martin, 11, really not bad at all. Now, Rick. Ellie scored 41. That wasn't a terrible answer at all. Rambo 3, that's probably the one I'd have gone for. But you are, I'm afraid, the high scorers by some margin. 30 points clear of your nearest rivals. So when we come back down the line, you're going to have to try and find a really good low answer. Right, we are going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more films on the board, and here they are. G.I. Jane, The Blair Witch Project, Armageddon, All About Steve, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, Under the Cherry Moon. Now, I'll read those one more time. G.I. Jane, The Blair Witch Project, Armageddon, All About Steve, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, Under the Cherry Moon. So remember, we are looking for the actor or actress who won the Razzie Award for Worst Actor or Actress for their performance in those films. Martin, what sort of films do you like?
I do like action films. There's a few up there I've seen and quite enjoyed, in fact.
Yeah, I was going to say, a few up there I really liked as well.
It's between 2, and I'm going to go for G.I. Jane, Demi Moore.
G.I. Jane, Demi Moore. Well, you're on 11. If you can score 29 or less, you'll be through to the next round. There's your red line. Let's see if Demi Moore can get you below that red line. Let's see if it's correct. G.I. Jane, Demi Moore. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Oh, it's good. Well done. And it's got you through to the head-to-head. 29. That scores you, taking your total up to 40. Richard.
Yeah, very well played. It's just got you through safe and sound. G.I. Jane, it's a Ridley Scott film.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Rick. You are the high scorers. You have to find a pointless answer, ideally, to have any hope of making it through to the head-to-head. What's that board looking like to you?
Well, there's only one other film on there that I think I know the answer to, and that's Armageddon. And I think that was Bruce Willis.
Rick is saying Bruce Willis for Armageddon. Let's see if he's right, and if he is, let's see how many people said it. Bruce Willis, Armageddon. You have no red line, obviously, because you are the high scorers. It's right. Now you want this to go as low as it possibly can. 15. That scores you. Takes your total up to 56. Armageddon, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Rick. I quite like Armageddon.
Yeah.
I don't mind it as a film. But, yeah, Bruce Willis... I think, you know, they recognised him for a number of other films as well. I think he was due a Worst Actor award.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. Now then, Kay, the stage is set.
Yes.
OK, please remember, we are looking for Razzie Award winners.
I believe that the film Stop or My Mum Will Shoot was I think it was Sylvester Stallone and Estella Getty, so I guess it's going to have to be Sylvester Stallone. I'm really sorry to go out on that because this is something I should be better at.
No, that's not bad at all. Well, if you can score 49 or less with this answer, you are through to the head-to-head. There's your red line. It's quite nice and high.
Yeah, if it's right.
If it's right, it should get you below that red line, let's hope. Stop or my mom will shoot Sly Stallone. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. And it gets you through to the head-to-head. Very well done, Kate. Very good indeed. Bad luck, Rick and Ellie. Very well done, Kay and Becky. That scores you 14, giving you a total of 20. Richard?
Yes, Stallone again, well played, Kay. He said in 2010, he said, Stop or My Mum Will Shoot is the worst film he'd ever made. It's the worst film Sylvester Stallone has ever made. That is quite something, isn't it? Wow. Let's take a look at the other three answers up there. Under the Cherry Moon, Zander, who do you think won a Razzie for that?
Is it that Prince film? Is it
It is
the Prince film.
Is exactly right, yeah. Prince won 3 Razzies for that, would have scored you 3 points.
Wow.
Prince won 3 Razzies, worst actor, worst director and worst song. Wow. That's a good night for Prince, isn't it? All About Steve, any ideas? No. That was actually 2010. It was won by, it would have got you 1 point, and it was won by Sandra Bullock.
Oh, yes, of course, we did know that.
Yeah, who the next day...
She picked it up the day before she won her Oscar.
The next day she went and got an Oscar for The Blind Side, yeah?
Yeah.
So I shouldn't imagine she's too worried. And the Blair Witch Project, the lead actress in that? It's a tough one. It's a pointless answer as well, so well done at home if you said Heather Donahue.
Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Rick and Ellie. Oh, dear, the Razzies. Terrible films, not your forte.
No.
Did you know the pointless answer, Rick? Of course you did. Heather Donahue? Come on.
No, I'm afraid I didn't. No.
Well, great shame to be saying goodbye to you so early on, but we will see you again next time, because everyone, of course, gets 2 shots at the pointless final, when I hope you'll make it all the way through to the head-to-head and maybe further. Thanks very much for playing. Great contestants. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Becky and Kay, Mark and Martin. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to the final and play for today's jackpot, which currently stands at an unbelievable £10,000. Now, that's a jackpot. OK, you're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. Now, for each question, each pair needs to give me just 1 answer, but the great news is you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than your opposing pair's answer, and you will win that point. Now, the pair who get the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. And here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many official languages of Switzerland as they could. Official languages of Switzerland, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 4 languages that are recognised by the Swiss government as being officially spoken in that country, up to the start of January 2011.
OK, well, Becky and Kay, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. We are looking for the official languages of Switzerland.
You're better on this than I am, so yeah, we'll go with that.
OK, Becky?
I think I'm going to say Italian.
OK, Italian.
Yes.
Right. Mark and Martin. Italian has gone.
We'll try a safe bet, hoping that they are wrong, on English.
Safe bet, English. OK. We are going to go with Italian for Becky and Kay. Let's see if that's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Italian. Oh, it's correct. Mark and Martin have gone for English. Let's see if it's correct. If it is, let's see how many people said English. Oh, bad bad luck. I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer. So, after one question, it is 1-0 to Becky and Kay. Richard.
Yeah, unlucky guys. The Swiss don't speak English. I don't think the Germans would let them, to be fair. There are 4 languages, three of which are fairly well known, and there's one obscure one which I know some people at home would have got, which is Romansh, which is it's actually various dialects that are spoken in there, mainly derived from Latin. Would have scored you 9 points. There's Italian at 34, German 71, that's the most spoken in Switzerland, and French right at the top there, 76.
Here's your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Monopoly stations as they could. Monopoly stations, Richard.
Yeah, quite simple. This one, just any of the railway stations on a standard UK Monopoly board. Right.
Well, Becky and Kay, you are up 1-0. If you win this point, you are straight through to the final to play for that £10,000. OK, what are you going to go for? Mark and Martin, you're to answer first.
We're going to plump with Fenchurch Street.
OK, Fenchurch Street. Becky and Kay, what do you reckon?
Marylebone's probably our best one, I
Do you
reckon.
think? I thought
Do you
it'd
not
be more
think?
obvious than Liverpool Street.
Should we go for Liverpool Street then? OK, we'll go with Liverpool Street.
You're going to say Liverpool Street. So, 2 streets, Fenchurch and Liverpool. Mark and Martin went Fenchurch first. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Fenchurch Street. Very well done. It's correct. 34. Becky and Kay, I think Fenchurch, that's a score you can beat.
We wanted to go for Fenchurch,
Yeah.
so I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Be
let's have a look.
surprised.
Liverpool Street, let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Liverpool Street. Well, after our second question, it is now 1-1. Very exciting indeed. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Mark and Martin, but actually Fenchurch Street wasn't the best answer you could have given. Oh, no. You'd be in the final now if you had decided to go for Marylebone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Marylebone would have scored you 32 points. Fenchurch Street there, 34. King's Cross, 44. And Liverpool Street, actually the most popular answer of all, on 47.
OK, here's your third question. I need hardly remind you that whoever answers this question the best will be through to the final and playing for £10,000. OK. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many nicknames of the Spice Girls as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for the official nicknames of the original 5 members of the Spice Girls. Which of those is the most obscure?
Right. Becky and Kay, you get to go first. That could be a tactical advantage.
Yeah. OK, we're going to go with my instinct on this one.
Just because if you go with mine, obviously,
We're going to go with Sporty.
You're going to go with Sporty?
Yeah.
Mark and Martin.
We at least we're green on one this time, so I think ginger spice.
You're going to go for ginger spice. OK, well, we have Sporty, we have ginger. Who knows which way this is going to go, but whoever wins this goes through to the final. OK, Sporty was the first name given, so Becky and Kay, Sporty. Let's see how many people said Sporty Spice. Oh. 79. Well, I know they're all going to be high scoring.
Yeah.
Think about it, there are 5 of them, everybody knows them. Mark and Martin, you have gone for ginger. This for a place in the final and a chance to win that £10,000 jackpot. That's very warm. Oh, it's done it! It's done it! Wow, by 6 points. Wow, after 3 questions, Mark and Martin have won so narrowly, 2-1. Richard.
Yeah, great head-to-head. Very well played, guys. Let's take a look at all 5 of them. Those are actually the best 2 answers. Ginger, there are 73. They're all very high-scoring. Sporty, 79. Scary, 83. Baby, 85. And Posh, with a very, very high score there of 94.
OK, so the losing pair at the end of our head-to-head round. I'm so sorry, Becky and Kay, such wonderful contestants. You've lit up the game both times you've played it, and I'm sorry we don't see you right through to the final. That was a pretty good head-to-head, though, I'd say.
Yeah, we just listened to the wrong person's instinct on each question.
Well,
Because I would have said Ginger and you would have said Marylebone.
Well, there you are. And, all the way through the game, you've played fantastically well. But thank you very, very much for playing. You've been lovely contestants. Thanks so much. But for Mark and Martin, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £10,000. Well, congratulations, Mark and Martin. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. Very, very well done.
Thank you.
Now you have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, which at the end of today's show stands at £10,000. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had 2 pointless answers on the show today. Martin, you came up with one of them. All you have to do now to go home with that £10,000 is to think of another pointless answer. First, though, you've got to choose a category from these 3 options. And you can go for science, world politics, or American actresses. Oh, this is always the tough bit, isn't it?
None of them are very good for me, to be honest with you.
Martin?
Science. Certain parts of science I'd be good at. World politics, no.
Go with whatever your gut feeling is.
American
actresses. We'll give that a pop.
You're going to go for American actresses. OK, well, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Cameron Diaz films as they could. Well, that's not as bad as it could be. Richard, tell us about that.
Yeah, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which Cameron Diaz has received an acting credit, including voiceovers. As always, we're not accepting short films or TV films or things where she's played herself. There are 32 films on that list. We're looking for films up to the start of January 2011.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £10,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Oh, she's in the Shrek. Does a voice for the Shrek films, doesn't she?
That's a good one. Well, obviously something about Mary, that's quite obvious, isn't it? Everyone's seen, a lot of people have seen that.
So, struggling now.
Was she in Charlie's Angels?
Charlie's Angels.
And was it Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, the second one?
Yeah. Early ones. What early ones has she been in?
Gosh, I'm struggling.
So we've got the Shrek Forever After.
Yeah. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Something about Mary's too obvious. It's going to be up there, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you think of any others, Mark?
To be honest with you, my mind has gone blank with Cameron Diaz. I think we might be struggling to get a pointless one, yeah?
Yeah.
Because all the ones we've got are quite obvious. Quite obvious.
Go for those 3 then.
Full Throttle, Shrek Forever After.
Yeah.
And what was the other Shrek?
OK, well, that's your time up. We are looking for Cameron Diaz films. I now need your 3 answers.
Go, Mark.
Shrek Forever After.
Shrek Forever After.
Shrek. I think it was just Shrek, wasn't it?
Shrek.
Just Shrek. And Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Shrek Forever After, Shrek, and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a
Not confident about any of them, to be honest with you. And I'll go with Charlie's Angels Full Throttle best.
OK, so we'll put that last.
Yeah.
And maybe
Shrek Top.
Shrek Top.
Yeah.
OK, so let's put them up on the board. Here they are. Shrek, Shrek Forever After, and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. There they are. OK, so we were looking for Cameron Diaz films. You said this was your least confident answer. You only need one of these to be pointless to win that £10,000 jackpot. Let's see how many people said your first answer, Shrek. This will give us some indication of whether or not they are Cameron Diaz aficionados. Shrek. Well, it was a very popular film and it still hasn't stopped. Down it goes. Shrek. Into the 30s, into the 20s, 28. I would take some confidence from that, actually. I think that's enormously reassuring. Only 28 people said Shrek.
I thought it'd be more than that.
Yeah, I thought
there'd be a lot more than that. You only have 2 more chances to win that £10,000 jackpot. We are looking for Cameron Diaz films. First answer, Shrek. 28 people said that. Let's hope that a great many fewer said your second answer, which is Shrek Forever After. This has to be pointless, obviously, to win that jackpot. Let's see if it is. Shrek Forever After. This for £10,000. Well, it's looking good. Down it goes. 28 is what you scored for the original Shrek. Down it goes. Oh, no!
2! Unbelievable.
What about that?
Almost.
Almost. It's not quite pointless, but it's not far off. You only have 1 more chance to win today's jackpot of £10,000. We were looking for Cameron Diaz films. This is your last and most confident answer. Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle. If this is pointless, you will leave here not only with your most coveted pointless trophy, which of course is what you came here for, you will also leave here £10,000 richer. Let's put it to the test. This for the jackpot of £10,000. It has to be pointless. It has to be pointless. Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle. Well, it's right.
It's a good start.
Very, very good start. Down it comes. Into the 30s. Into the 20s. Into the teens. Bad luck. Full Throttle, I'm afraid, didn't do it for you. Unfortunately, you haven't managed to find that all-important pointless answer. So you don't leave with today's jackpot of £10,000, which will roll over to the next show, but you have been fantastic contestants, and you do take home our pointless trophy, of course. So, Richard.
Yeah, unlucky guys, very well played. Shrek was actually the most popular answer of all, just ahead of There's Something About Mary and Night and Day. But there were quite a number of pointless answers. I hope very much you don't recognise any of these. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, she was in with Johnny Depp. Feeling Minnesota, that was Keanu Reeves. Head Above Water, all of those are pointless. Well done if you got any of those. There's a few more. Keys to Tulsa, Man, Woman, Film, and My Father's House. They're all pointless Cameron Diaz films. She's the One that she was in with Jennifer Aniston. The Invisible Circus and Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her, which I'm assuming you've never heard of.
No,
I certainly haven't. Very bad luck, guys. Played really well all the way through.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Mark and Martin. It's been fantastic having you on the show. Been amazing contestants. Just one game you've been with us for. But thank you both so much for playing. You've been wonderful contestants. Thank you. So nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for a dizzying £11,000. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
If you want to be on the next series of Pointless, you can find out more by going to bbc.co.uk/beonashow.
A funny thing is happening tonight. Sit back and enjoy Red Nose Day on BBC One at 7 and BBC Two does The Laughs at 10. The week's experts face the Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is showdown. Here next.